Hello everyone, here. I finally have the chance to take a look at the new Atlas tree for 3.18 and created the updated version of it. Yes, I'm currently sick and that's why I sounded a little bit disgusting, but the weekend is the only free time I have on the game and making videos now, so I guess this will have to do. Anyways, there are some changes compared to my 3.17 tree, but surprisingly not too much was changed. The overall aim for the tree is still the same, to set and forget and reduce the number of brain cells required to run maps. So let's jump right into it. We start at one of the major changes on the tree, the mechanic disabling passives that boosts the chance of other mechanics. There are 10 of those nodes and there are 14 mechanics on the list. So that means if you take all of them, the remaining 4 will be hyper boosted. These 4 are Strongbox, Essence, Tormented Spirit, and Sacred Grove. Now I've decided to disable most of these mechanics except for Ritual, simply because Ritual introduces more monster packs into the map without making you wait or think. I'm not taking any Ritual nodes nor planning to actually click on the altar, I'm simply looking at it as a monster pack booster. More monster pack means it will be easier to make the most out of your Sentinel as well, which is another reason why I kept the Ritual. As for the remaining 4 that can't be disabled, I'm going to completely ignoring the Harvest because I'm not good at crafting whatsoever, so using it is not really beneficial for me. Next one is the Essence. I'm only taking 1 extra Essence node because of 2 reasons. One, based on the market in 3.17, Essence is not too profitable because many people are farming it. Secondly, I simply don't have enough points to get them, and the only reason I'm taking this one is because it only requires 2 points to get and it's a fairly decent node. As for the Strongbox, I'm taking most of them, since I had a good experience with Strongboxes in 3.17. It does generate lots of basic currencies and lots of consumables that I do use, like scarabs, sextants, and chisels, so it also reduces my time to trade for those things. And then we have the Tormented Spirits, which is not a popular pick in 3.17, but I still think it is good to invest in. Especially the chance of them appearing in this league is increased from the mechanic disabling passives. The Tormented Spirit passives basically gives you 60% increased quantity for things that are touched by the spirits and 90% quantity increase for things that are possessed by them. Quantity increase is good for raw currency drop, and so it is a good combo with Spoil of War, which boosts currency drop with rare monsters. And on top of that, if you add the Sentinel buffs on them as well, the rewards usually are fairly juicy. But do note that the mobs might become a little crazy sometimes, so use it with care. Now originally I was also looking at the Singular Focus Keystone, since it also gives us extra currency drop on top of everything. But after some research, taking this node means Cortex maps, Conqueror maps, etc. will also be blocked out as well. So that's why I didn't take it. With that said, later on when I'm just farming a specific map for divination card or something, I will take the Singular Focus node because from my past experience, those high tier maps doesn't drop all that often anyways, and I usually don't farm enough of them to bulk sell, so they usually just sit in the storage not being useful. To me anyways. Speaking of the new keystones, I also take the Stream of Consciousness, which increases the base chance of extra contents appearing, at the cost of not being able to boost the map quantity by using fragments. Since we just talked about how I'm heavily utilizing the extra content on the tree, there is no reason not to get it. Especially in my case, I only use 1 fragment max on each map, so compared to what I lose, I will get more out of this keystone. The last keystone I took on the tree is the Wrath of the Cosmos. TLDR, it gives you more and better Eldritch currencies and make the Eldritch monsters do more damage. This means I'm picking Searing Exarch as my main Eldritch boss to farm, because of 2 reasons. One, I'm taking the Tormented Spirit passives over here, which is close to the Searing Exarch passives. And number 2, it seems to me that either World Altars are the better choice because this passive will spawn more overall altars compared to the Searing Exarch version. And so I think more people are going to farm Eater of Worlds, therefore Searing Exarch Invitation and Forbidden Flame will be more expensive to sell. This was the case in 3.17, and I'm just making a casual guess at the overall market throughout this league for this decision. So don't blindly follow my choice on this one. Eater of World has just as much chance to succeed if you actually like it better. Note that we don't take the pack size small passives for Searing Exarch and Eater of Worlds at the same time because they've changed it so that they only affect the according influence maps. Next we have the Shrines, which is going to give us more monster packs, and it is also buffed from the mechanic disabling passives. For the purpose of my strategy, it is basically an upgraded version of Ritual because on top of more monster packs, it also gives you buffs that helps you clear maps faster and safer. And occasionally, it also buffs the quantity and quality of drops with the Covetous Shrine. Moving on, we have the good old Harbingers. Harbingers drop raw currencies, which is exactly what my strategy is all about. And I also have a very good experience with them last league, so there is no reason not to get them again. And finally, I took the Sextant's passives, because having extra use of Sextants is very powerful, if you do use them a lot. I can see myself using hundreds if not thousands of them throughout the league, so these passives will be very valuable for me. Now, I have made another tree that I'm potentially going to be using depending on the market. Basically, it is taking away Tormented Spirit passives, some small Harbinger passives, and a Searing Exarch node for the Incursion passives. I had some great experience with Incursion last league, selling double corrupting rooms. They were going for almost 2 exalt each, and they are fairly reliable to make if you do invest into the Incursions on the tree. So I think it might be a good option to switch into later on, since you will probably accumulate quite a bit of alpha missions after a week or two. And that's basically the Atlas tree I'm planning to use this league. This is just a plan that suits my personal playstyle, which is farming raw currencies without stopping for any particular mechanics for too long. I think the new tree is an overall buff to my strategy, so I'm actually looking forward to try it out at its full potential, with the combination of the Sentinel mechanics. Feel free to discuss what you think down in the description, whether it's an improvement on the strategy or if you have other big brain ideas that I'm not seeing. After all, I'm just a casual player with a day job while making videos occasionally. I've received many suggestions for the videos I made last week, and some of them do point out some obvious mistakes that I've made. They are very welcomed, because I'd rather not make those mistakes again, and I like to improve. Anyways, that's it for today. Subscribe for extra mirror drop chance. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.